Hey everybody, Mr. John here from the Meredith Public Library, coming back at you once again with another episode of the Quarantine Theater. Now, I know what you're saying. It's been too many weeks since I made one of these videos, but like a lot of you, there's a lot going on in my life. Right now, we are finally back in the library. Meredith Public Library staff is in the building putting together bags for curbside pickup. So the library is not open to the public, but we're there every day, making sure you're getting the books that you want. So if you have anything that you want to check out, just give us a call. We check it out to you, stick it in a bag, we leave it on a table in the back. You come through and pick it up. Contactless, really safe, and people are getting their books. So it's starting to feel like the world is a little more normal out there. But anyway, I'm back at you once again today with another video. I'm finally able to get to my collection in the library, and we can talk about things besides what I have on my shelf and what's available on Overdrive. So I wanted to really mix it up, do something different than I've done with these videos before. So today's episode is going to be rated M for manga. Now, if you don't know what manga is, it's just the name for Japanese comic books. Nothing too complicated. Manga is the comic books, anime is the television shows, just the names, different names for things you're already familiar with. So manga, you would probably think if you knew me in high school and how nerdy I was, that I probably read a ton of manga, but I didn't actually. I was around a lot of manga, but usually when it was being read, I was on the other side of the basement playing Magic the Gathering. So I was aware of manga. I'd seen a few titles, but I hadn't really gotten into it until I became a librarian. And if you've not interacted with a teenager recently, manga has become even more popular than when I was a kid. This is huge. I mean, this is one of the most popular forms of reading that our high schoolers and teenagers are doing. So I wanted to get into it. I asked around what the best titles were, what I should start reading, and I found a bunch of titles that I like. So we're going to go over a few today, and you'll kind of see the way I lean towards my manga. I'm an action comedy guy, so a lot of these are going to fall under action comedy. All right, so we're going to start off with a title you may have heard of. It is probably currently the most popular manga in the world, My Hero Academia. Really fun story. In this world, 80% of the world's population has superpowers now. Just something happened and people have powers. Some of them are really superpowers and some of them are kind of lame powers, but most people have, except for our main character on the cover there. Was born without a power, but always wanted to be a hero anyway. And he has the heart of a hero, but none of the powers. So it's hard to get into our hero schools and all kinds of things that he's having a hard time getting into. Until one day he proves his bravery in front of the greatest hero in the world. You can see him behind him there. And we discover something about that main hero, that he has inherited his power, that there is one superpower out there that allows you to give your power to someone else. So the obviously main character is chosen to receive this power, and he's able to go on to superhero high school, and it's a lot of fun. It's a ton of action, good a high school drama still. So a lot of realism there, even in a world with superpowers and stuff. Just the interactions between kids. Like I said, this is probably the most popular title right now. There are only 26 issues of the manga so far. Anime has gone on for 4 seasons, and again, these are ongoing, so we got more issues and more episodes coming. Before this creator, Kohei Horikoshi, came up with My Hero Academia. Already pretty popular for a couple titles. One is Crazy Zoo, where the main character is a clumsy teenage girl who works at a zoo, only to find out that the zoo is cursed. So you can see on the cover there is a man with a rabbit's head that is the director of the zoo, who has been cursed by a rabbit spirit, and they have to try to break the curse. Again, pretty silly, but entertaining. Did well. And then his other title was Barrage. This one was a retelling of The Prince and the Pauper tale, where a poor main character discovers that he looks exactly like this rich, famous prince, and they try to swap lives. Again, it's a classic tale, but well done. But again, the writer really hit pay dirt with My Hero Academia. This is by far his best title, and super popular. So popular that it's even garnered 3 different spin-off manga that are ongoing as well, including one, and this is interesting to find out, one that is published on the Shonen Jump Plus app. Shonen Jump, if you don't know, is like the big magazine where most of these manga that we know get started. They're published, serialized in this magazine. But like many American streaming companies, they're creating their own app for getting content right to their readers online. So this, hence the Shonen Jump Plus app. Here's a little graphic for it. Right now, so you sign up for it, and it's like 30 different manga that you're getting access to every month, every new issue, including the My Hero Academia spin-offs. Really neat. It's just kind of cool that this exists. So that is the Shonen Jump Plus app, also known as Manga Plus. I believe that's what it's known as in the West here. But My Hero Academia, I love it. If you like superheroes, it kind of plays with the genre a little bit, but it's also something that's going to be familiar and fun. You can just jump in and watch bad guys and good guys fight, or you can really submerge yourself in the world and really get to know the characters. Really interesting characters. A lot of deeper emotion than I think you would expect in a superhero comic. But that was My Hero Academia, the first of my 4 favorite mangas right now. Oh, and there are also video games. What was it? There are video games. There are 2 different movies. There's even a musical that they made of My Hero Academia. So again, super popular. There's all kinds of content. If you get into My Hero Academia, you're not going to be bored for a long time because there's so much to see and read and watch. So really cool. All right, up next, we have the book that I credit with getting me back into manga. This is the first title I picked up that I really wanted to keep reading. One Punch Man. So much to go over with One Punch Man. It started as a webcomic, first of all. This guy was publishing it online on his website, and he's known as One, stylized as capital O, capital N, capital E. As far as I know, that's all we know about this guy. We know where he's from. He goes by the name One, and he's published One Punch Man, and that's just about all we know. He's really mysterious. It's pretty cool. But anyway, so he started off, this was a webcomic that he was writing and then drawing on his own. And it grew so popular that it gained interest from this artist, Yusuke Murata, who reached out to One and said, I wanna redraw this for you in my style, and then we can publish it in the big magazines. And that's what they did, and it really took off from there. Really, really good. So the art, it's a really interesting art style that this guy has brought to the title, where on one page you'll see this hyper detailed. I mean, look, it looks like Captain Picard with muscles ready to beat you up there. And on the very next page, you'll get the same character drawn like this, just goofy and featureless. It's all done for kind of story bits when he's feeling pumped up and ready to kick some butt. You get these super stylized, and when he's just being kind of a goofy regular dude, you get these goofy drawings. It's just a really interesting art style. And again, that's part of what drew me in here. This is not your everyday manga. This is really going to stand out visually. The background art is super detailed too. The action, the cityscapes is all amazingly done. I think as far as art goes, this is my favorite title on the list today. So One Punch Man, terrific. Before One published One Punch Man, oh no, wait. It was after he had first published One Punch Man, he came out with the second title, Mob Psycho 100, which plays with some similar ideas. In Mob Psycho 100, the main character is his nickname just means background guy, and he's just so plain, and he kind of wants to be plain and wants to be a background guy because he's secretly the world's most powerful telepath. He has incredible powers, but he just wants to be a background guy and not have to deal with all that. So again, a kind of a meta manga style here, really entertaining. But and it's really interesting too. Mob Psycho 1 has started and finished its entire run, while One Punch Man is slowly ongoing here. Just interesting choice from this artist. Again, just really different artistically. You're really going to enjoy that. So that is One. That's our guy right there. We have a picture because he's had to come and accept so many awards. He's won a ton of awards in Japan. He's won an Eisner, which is probably the biggest comic book award in America. He's immensely popular and young and talented and mysterious, and I love it. So that is One, and his title, One Punch Man. All right, up next, we have a classic title, probably, definitely the oldest title on here, and one that was around when I was in high school already, so I was aware of it. But again, I hadn't read it until I got into this career of hanging out with teenagers and talking about books, which is pretty neat. So this title is One Piece. This takes place during what is known in the book as the Great Pirate Era. So the story starts with the greatest pirate king of all time is captured and he's about to be executed before he reveals that his big treasure known as One Piece is still out there, and he challenges the world's pirates to go out and find it and get it. So ushers in the great era of pirates. So people become pirates all over the world. They're sailing around. It's just pirate on pirate action all over the world. And this one is really great because it addresses one of the big problems I had with manga, especially growing up, is a lot of times these characters tend to look the same, right? You have a hard time keeping track of who is who, who's yelling at who now. It was hard to do. But One Piece, because all these pirates are so interesting and fleshed out and different and weird, you really don't have that same problem. They all look different. They all behave differently. It solves a problem that shouldn't exist, really, but it does it by being so creative and being so original in a lot of this art and style. Really interesting. I love the art style here. Maybe because it's kind of it's old school. It's from the '90s. It's a little more what I grew up with for the little bit of Japanese content that I took in, which was Pokemon. So this reminds me a lot of season 1 of Pokemon. The art style, the music that they use even sounds like season 1 of Pokemon. Monkey D. Luffy, who is the main character, reminds me a lot of Brock, and that he's always eating and not really paying attention. But at the same time, he's also very Ash, where he's got this hero's heart that comes out when he needs it. Again, it reminds me of these older things, and that's what really drew me in. But this is a huge, epic story. So there are currently 96 volumes of the manga. The anime has been going on for 20 seasons. There are 929 episodes of the anime. And this book, I was shocked to learn that One Piece is the best-selling manga of all time. 470 million books sold throughout the whole run of the series. And so when I saw that list, the only one I expected to be at the top was Naruto. One Piece has almost doubled Naruto. Naruto has sold 250 million issues. And again, One Piece, 470 million. So this is just insanely popular, way more popular than I even knew. And there's just so much out there. I also love learning about this artist, Eiichiro Oda, who very different from one who was this unknown who kind of jumped into the scene. This guy had been an assistant for the Shonen Jump magazine, just helping out on other people's titles since he was 17. And finally, by the time he was 19, he was getting his own characters, into different storylines, and finally got his own comic here. It started in 1997. He created the character of Monkey D. Luffy, again, for someone else's title, and then made his own standalone with it. And he just liked the character so much that he started the serialized comic, which got picked up and then turned him into a star. Again, he was an assistant. He was drawing other people's characters, trying to slip his own creative bits in here and there. And then he struck gold. He found his character and his story, which has, again, been going on since 1997. There are so many issues and so many things to read and like. 14 different movies. We've got 40 different video games. There is a theme park and a restaurant based on this manga, and even a live action series has been announced. Although filming of that was delayed due to COVID, so we don't know what's going on there. But so much content just from, he had created Monkey D. Luffy, the rubber pirate, and 20-something years later, we've got this massive collection of movies and games and manga and anime. It's just so much. So it's really good. This is, if you want to get into a title and really have it take over your life, One Piece is the way to go, because there is a lot here, and it'll take a long time for you to get through it. All right, so our last title is also the most recent title. There are only 4 issues of this so far, but I love it. I am a huge fan of The Way of the Househusband. So the immortal dragon, pictured here on the cover, was the Yakuza's greatest hitman, the most dangerous man in Japan, until he fell in love. And now he's a house husband. He stays at home. He packs the bento box for his wife in the morning before she goes off to the office. He does all the laundry. He does the grocery shopping. He's gotten into yoga and flowers, and it's just adorable. So this is what is known as a slice of life manga. This is a pretty popular subgenre over there, where it just shows day-to-day life. The art is really amazing. Like just it's several pages of him packing a bento box, and it's riveting and detailed and really cool looking. But really, the draw for me here is the way that these domestic tales are woven with his past. So oftentimes he'll be, at the grocery store, scaring people and trying to buy tomatoes, and then it'll cut back and forth with a bank robbery going on. And then as he's coming out of the grocery store, he bumps into the bank robbers. They realize who he is, think he's there to kill them, and they give up, and he's foiled the bank robbery once again just by going grocery shopping. So it's funny, but it's got these bits of dark action that are really juxtapose the light domestic slice of life stuff. I can talk about this book all day. Like I said, there are 4 issues right now. It's ongoing. Hopefully we get a ton of this. I love the Immortal Dragon. He is everything I want to be. I want to be staying at home, cooking and packing lunches, and still going out and being feared. It's pretty great. Again, there's not much to say because this is so new that the author hasn't really done anything else. So I just want to pull up a panel and that I think really gets to the heart of this title's what it's all about. So he has started at his wife's behest, started taking yoga classes, but instead of blending in, he started renaming the poses for his poor aghast fellow students, such as the resigning yourself to accepting your failure and having the courage to cut off your own finger pose, or the leaning over the car seat and handing over the keys, telling the other guy, go hide this car in the mountains pose. And like a lot of anime, I love this frame. The main characters are often super detailed, and the background characters are not. And again, we don't even have faces for most of the background characters. For the second panel, that woman on the left looking at this crazy man, like, why are you in my yoga class talking about murdering people? And it's just that's some of the best parts of this is the background, people reacting to him. It's often small little faces like that in the backs of panels. So really detailed. I love the art. I love the story. I love the humor. It's terrific. The Way of the Househusband. Go and read it right now. Issue 4 is out now, and there's more coming. All right, folks, that is all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. As always, stay safe out there. Take care of one another, and be kind to yourself. All right, see ya. Bye.